thank God someone was filming, because otherwise I don't think Twitch would have said anything. They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days.
Are the people working at Twitch collecting disability checks? Because what the Twitch is a honeypot for the mentally ill. So it's no wonder popular streamers such as AsMongold, XQCuck, and even the Electro Wizard of Twitch opted not to go to Twitchcon, which is literally a conglomeration, a mass gathering of social rejects all put in one place.
Yo, nailed it.
Nailed it. Show banner? Okay.
Ooh, that stings, Rance.
Yeah,
that stings.
dude.
I mean, you look at disabled interactions like that at TwitchCon, and what can possibly go wrong? Now, you're going to be shocked when I say this, but turns out that the popular streamers who were dooming and warning people not to go to TwitchCon right from the get-go, well, turns out they were right. Because yesterday, on the very first day of this year's TwitchCon, the worst imaginable thing that could have happened, happened.
Whoa.
What you just saw is the #1 most popular female streamer on Twitch doing a meet and greet at TwitchCon just to randomly get her neck violated by a 30-year-old, 300-pound, unemployed, terminally online freak out of nowhere. Now, I'm sure we all have countless questions racing through our minds right now, but let's start with the most obvious one. How the fuck did this happen in the first place? First of all, why is the Twitch-hired security guard 5 miles away from Emiru and lets this weirdo sniff or kiss her neck for a good 3 seconds before stepping in? And don't get it twisted, I do appreciate the linebacker hustle at the last second there, but why was he so far away from the VIP in the first place? Why did he let this freak enjoy Emiru's neck for a good 3 seconds? Don't get it twisted, this should have never happened in the first place. And I do want to put a huge emphasis on Twitch-hired security guard, because Emiru getting diddied is 100% Twitch's fault. Once again, you're going to be shocked when I say this, but Emiru actually has a professional personal bodyguard of hers that actually protected her from a weirdo just like this one in last year's TwitchCon. And you want to know what Twitch did when that bodyguard prevented a weirdo, a freak, from touching her? They banned her bodyguard from attending TwitchCon ever again.
Maybe I should talk about this, whatever, who cares. I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him and the guy wouldn't stop, so he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like perma-banned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And,
What the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have him at TwitchCon anymore.
That's right, guys. According to Twitch, if you dare hire a competent personal bodyguard whose entire purpose is to protect you from freaks who are trying to diddy you, well, as a reward from Twitch, you get permanently banned from their establishments. And not only that, but you also get replaced by incompetent bodyguards, probably hired off Temu or Craigslist, who are out there taking 5 business days before finally doing their job. And even though I respect the heck out of that tackle, that professional football tackle, forget what I said, because I can't even say that he did his job because you literally let your VIP get harmed before finally showing up. Let me be crystal clear. This whole situation is beyond horrible, even more so than most people would think, because we were so close to a headline that could have been infinitely worse than this. Because I'm gonna be honest here, guys, but female content creators, female celebrities, they just have an extra debuff when it comes to attracting these parasocial, mentally dented weirdos. I mean, you look no further than Christina Grimmie, an extremely popular YouTuber and singer who tragically got murked at one of her concerts by this, Chop, deranged fan, because he got rejected. So going back to this clip of Emiru almost getting her neck violated by this 300-pound behemoth, when that behemoth approaches her, you can immediately see her instantly shove him away, like, or at least try to shove him away, because, well, she doesn't want to get diddied. Now, here's the thing, guys. What if that behemoth said, "Oh, you're rejecting me? Well, if I can't have you, nobody can," and then reached out for a Minecraft sword? Because here's the thing, guys, that could have very well happened. Twitch has an actual track record of not giving a shit about the safety of their content creators. I mean, they're very well aware that a mass gathering of the mentally ill, of social rejects, is never a good idea, and disgusting incidents like this are bound to happen. For example, at last year's TwitchCon, another popular streamer, this guy, I think this guy's name is Sky Senate or something, but he also got violated by a weirdo at TwitchCon.
Okay. Oh.
He literally, a random freak literally approached Sky Senate and literally give his chest right pepperoni a hickey. And And what did Twitch do about this? Nothing. No statement whatsoever from Twitch. No response. No apology. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to get sued and lose. It's bad PR. It's one thing to be a scumbag and preserve your good PR by saying nothing publicly, but at the very least, you would think that behind the scenes, the Twitch employees would talk to themselves and say, you know what? At next year's TwitchCon, we need to up our security, which is obviously not what happened. Twitch cares so little about the safety of their streamers that the safety measures put in place at this year's TwitchCon were at an all-time low. For instance, you literally have people flexing on stream saying that they were able to cut through lines, cut through security checkpoints in order to get to Emiru.
Now that I'm done with the meet and greet, I might as well tell you guys. What the fuck I actually did to get into the line. Hey, I snuck in. I don't know what else to say. I was in line waiting for the meet and greet, and I figured, well, I got some intel that that you had to make a reservation for the meet and greet in the beginning of October. I never did that. I just knew where I had to be, and I executed.
Like the security checkpoints at this year's TwitchCon are such an unacceptable joke that you literally have streamers with their authentication bracelets making the systems go red just for the workers who are probably hired off Fiverr for $5 an hour to say this.
Thank you.
Agreed, right?
Yeah. We'll just scan in, and then we're meeting him up front.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did it work? Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Are you good? You good? Like, what? So you're telling me that you can literally be a mentally ill, like a parasocial degenerate, and, you know, bring a phone with you that's pointing at you and you're talking to yourself, LARP as a streamer, and you're telling me that if you have an oversized backpack with something sus sticking out of it, think a golden scar from Fortnite, you're gonna have this worker saying, hey, you good? You good? Like, what are we talking about here? What happened to Emiru is kind of ironic if you think about it, because Twitch CEO is literally America's #1 gooner, because he literally got exposed a few years ago for literally following 50 booby streamers, 50 OF streamers on his phone.
You want to explore clips?
That's very nice.
And now you have a clips feed. Okay? Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there, and now you're in your stories feed.
So it's kind of funny to me that America's #1 gooner couldn't even protect the most popular female streamer on his platform. But you know what, guys? Perhaps Twitch has learned from their past mistakes, because unlike last year where Kaisenate literally got his right pepperoni violated by a random weirdo, well, Twitch decided this year to finally issue a response addressing the situation.
The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority.
Yeah. Nothing says highest priority than permanently banning a competent bodyguard who actually did his job right and replacing him with a bodyguard from Wish.
The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting.
Once again, yeah, that creep's behavior was so completely unacceptable, so deeply upsetting that we literally have clips of the weirdo, walking away from the meet and greet booth scot-free, to the point where this freak literally walked outside and nobody arrested him. Nobody detained him. The people working at Twitch are the kings of rage baiting, because you're going to notice in this very PR-trained response that there is no sign of apology, no sign of acknowledgement, and no sign of taking responsibility. Once again, it's quite clear to me personally that Twitch doesn't give a f their streamers. But even though this response from Twitch might seem cold-hearted, might be as vague as possible in order to deny responsibility and cover their cheeks, they actually issued a private response to Emiru herself. So who knows, maybe, you know, they told her that they took care of the terminally online freak, they got him arrested, and they plan on suing him. Because they obviously got Emiru's best interest in mind. Let's find out.
Clip got posted. Again, thank God someone was filming, because otherwise I don't think Twitch would have said anything. So after that I started getting a lot of messages. I'm responding to people, and my manager comes back to me and she's upset. She's like, okay, I've been talking to Twitch people and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days.
Are the people working at Twitch collecting disability checks? Because what the fuck do you mean 30 days? Wow, so we literally got electro wizards on Twitch who are out there, you know, farming their dog and using their dog as a Subway Surfer prop in order to farm their viewers and entertain them. And to this very day, he's still not banned. But now we're out here reaching out to Emiru, pretending that we care by saying, hey, don't worry. We banned him for 30 days. You can't make this up, guys. Instead of talking about suing the freak, instead of talking about working with law enforcement to get this creep arrested, we're out here talking about a 30-day ban? The fuck is a 30-day ban gonna do? Wow, guys, we live in a world where shucking your dog, well, it doesn't even get you banned, but violating somebody's neck? Oh, that... You're getting a 30-day ban, guys. Wow, watch out. But this whole thing somehow gets even worse, because let's go back to America's #1 Coomer, the Twitch CEO. Because when Emiru got violated by that failed abortion, instead of worrying about that situation, instead of immediately contacting Emiru and, you know, making sure she's okay, trying to get the freak arrested right away, well, he was too busy partying with booby streamers in real life.
Later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't.
That's who they were.
But I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
She's speaking about Dan Clancy himself, by the way. Was out partying at an influencer event while this was happening.
Sorry, my...
Everything I've ever learned about the Twitch CEO Dan Clancy has been negative. From him getting exposed for following 50 booby streamers on his phone, to him shamelessly plugging his stream on other streamers' chats. I mean, you got this unprofessional 80-year-old Gramps literally hanging out with 20-year-old female streamers in real life all the time.
Oh, and you were at the top of my suggested people to raid.
What? No way.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think any 20-year-old female streamers wants to hear an old 80-year-old Gramp say that. Like, hey, you're at the top of people to invite to my island. Like, ugh. And can I just say that this old geezer's lifestyle of hanging out with 20-year-old streamers pretty much on a daily basis is definitely not a sign of abuse of authority or influence as a Twitch CEO. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Every 20-year-old girl wants to hang out with an 80-year-old grandpa Coomer. Dan Clancy cares so little about the streamers of his platform getting a... Just 2 hours ago, he was out there streaming like nothing happened. And it's not until Emiru crashed out on her stream and revealed that Twitch clearly doesn't care about her and tried to comfort her by saying that they banned the weirdo for 30 days that Dan Clancy most definitely got a call and had to end stream.
And then hopefully get it back up later. Because it turns out I have a meeting coming up that I hadn't planned. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then...
this guy might be more senile than Joe Biden. Like, oh, I got a meeting. Bro, obviously you got... But even though Dan Clancy and the people working at Twitch have clearly proven that they don't give a shit about Emiru, what happened to her, like her neck getting violated, and they just care about the optics, about looking good, and making the people believe that they care about SA when in reality they don't. They never did, as we have seen before with the terrible security measures and them ignoring the last incident with Kai Sennett. Well, Emiru's making sure that Twitch goes down no matter what, because this just happened on day 2 of TwitchCon, and it was broadcasted everywhere over Twitch.
All right, to my 2 main hosts. How are you guys feeling? Have you picked a winner?
I think I know my winner.
You already have your winner?
I think I have my winner.
All right.
Sorry, I must have caught mono at my meet and greet.
That's a penalty.
I think it's safe to say that TwitchCon is over after this year.
We love Mario Cho.